Okay, Similar Triangles Part 2. If you haven't watched Part 1 yet, the one of how to color in corresponding triangles, go watch that one first. So what we have is there's going to be a formula. And the formula is going to be, well, this is not the actual formula, but it's what I'm going to write it as. It's going to be pink over pink equals green over green equals blue over blue. And just to be clear, I'm going to say it's blue 1 over blue 2, and it's going to be green 1 over green 2, and pink 1 over pink 2. And I haven't really explained this formula at all, but we're just going to write it down, and I'm going to tell you that if triangles are similar, then we can use this formula. The actual formula is going to look something like AB over DE equals AC over DF. And yeah, we're not going to do that. I made 3D to show how useful this formula is. So what we have is, we have example, if we're going to continue it from the last lesson, I think we're on example 8. So we have our two triangles. And what we're going to put some notations down. So we're going to say it's dot, dot, check, check. And then I'm going to say it's, we'll call it X. And 37. And this is going to be 11, 14, 18. And so our goal here is going to be to figure out what is the value of X. And our first step is going to be to color in the corresponding sides. So I'm going to say that's dot check, this is dot check, so that corresponds to that. And dot blank corresponds to dot blank. And this one corresponds to that one. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the triangle that has an X in it. And whichever triangle has an X in it, I'm going to call that triangle number 1. So this one over here, I'm going to call this triangle 1. It doesn't really matter if you don't do it. If you call the other one triangle 1, it's not the end of the world. Just you'll have X's on the bottom and the math will be a little bit trickier. Sometimes both triangles will have X's. In that case, it doesn't really matter which one you call triangle number 1. So then what we're going to do is we're going to use that handy dandy formula. So pink 1 means the length of the pink in triangle 1. Pink 2 is the length of pink in triangle 2. Green 1 is the length of green in triangle 1. Green 2 is the length of green in triangle 2. And then blue 1, blue 2. So pink 1 is going to be, so pink 1 is X. Pink 2 is 11. Over green of triangle 1 is going to be 37. Green of triangle 2 is 14. And blue of triangle 1 is, we have no idea. And blue of triangle 2 is 18. Now, generally speaking, you're only going to need 2 out of the 3 fractions, and the one that has a question mark is the useless one, so we're going to kind of ignore that for now. And that's essentially what we have. So what we have is we have X over 11 equals 37 on 14. And we need to solve that. So we're going to recollect our algebra skills and pretty much do the same thing every time. We're going to multiply by both sides by 11. 11's cancel, so we get X equals 37 times 11 over 14. And then we're going to pull out our handy dandy calculators, and it's going to be 37 times 11 equals, divided by 14 equals 29.1 or so. So we get that X equals 29.1. And that's similar triangles in a nutshell. I'll do some more examples, but that's pretty much it. So we have example 9 now. So what we have is we have arc, double arc, double arc, 9, 10, 11. X, and that's going to be 48. Okay, so there we go. We have our triangles. What we're going to do is we're going to start off by coloring to figure out the corresponding sides. So this corresponds to this. This corresponds to this. Single and blank, single and blank. And then double and blank to double and blank. So when we have our, again, we're going to have pink over pink. So which triangle we're going to call triangle 1? I'm going to call, this one has the X, so I'm going to call this one triangle number 1. Triangle number 1. So triangle number 1 over here is going to be, well, that's triangle number 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to do pink over pink. So that's going to be 48 over 7 equals green over green, which is going to be X over 11 equals blue over blue. Oh, blue's question mark again. I should have changed the colors. Oh well. Which is question mark over 10. So again, we're going to kind of dump this one, but that was a bit of a fluke. So what we have is 48 over 7 equals X over 11. We're going to multiply both sides by 11. So we're going to get, shunk, shunk. So we're going to get 11 times 48 over 7 equals X. Times 40, whoops. 11 times 48 equals, divided by 7 equals 75.42. So we'll call it 75.4. So X equals 75.4. And I cut up a little bit, but that is the answer. Okay. Let's do another example. Let's do an overlappy one. I don't want to make these lessons too long. So example 10 is going to be we'll call this 12. This will be 25. And this will be 18. I probably shouldn't have put the numbers on. Forget 18. So what we're going to do is we are then going to, I'm going to say that this angle is the same as this angle and we don't know anything else. So what we have is, this is one of the ones where there's a hidden common angle. So this angle over here is common from to the small triangle and the big triangle. And I'm going to do the same thing. But before I do that, one thing I should point out is that, I guess we will have to have a length of that, but what's going to happen is that we're going to have two triangles again. So it's going to be this big one over this small one. So we're going to color the corresponding sides. So this, I should use purple. This corresponds to the whole thing over there. And then that of the small triangle between check and blank corresponds to that. And then this corresponds to this. And the big triangle is the one that has the X on it, so it's going to be blue over blue. So it's going to be, so the big triangle is number 1. Big triangle is number 1. And I do apologize for the mess, but I don't want to re-record the whole video. So what's going to happen is we're going to have blue over blue, which is going to be X over 12. And then we're going to have, so it's big blue over small blue, and then we're going to have big green over small green. Now big green is how long? And it's not necessarily obvious, because big green is not 21 and big green is not 10. Big green is the entire length of this side. And how long is this side? The big green is actually going to be 21 plus 10, which is 31. So big green is going to be 31 over small green, which is 25. And then big pink is, we don't know because I got rid of that. We don't know how long that is. And small pink is 21, but we don't care about that. And now we're just solving this in the normal way. So we're going to have X over 12 equals 31 over 25 times 12 times 12. So X equals 31 times 12 over 25. Which is going to be 31 times 12 equals, divided by 25 equals 14.88, so 14.9. So X equals 14.9. And there you go. So there's a worksheet that will be posted tomorrow morning. And then there'll be a harder worksheet posted the day after if you want to try it. That is all.